Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, Zeratone here. So I know I haven't uploaded in like, what has it been, 2 years, but I have a car now, so I thought that I would do something that's definitely in my style and show a video on vehicles. Very related to Metroid, I swear. Anyways, how to change the spark plugs on your car. Pretty easy. Anyone can do it if you have basic tools. Most complicated thing you're going to need is a spark plug socket. So first of all, open your trunk. Very complicated. Do you have spark plugs? Because you're going to need them if you're replacing your spark plugs. Here are mine. I have a Japanese K24, a high performance engine in my car. So not going to mean anything to most people who are watching this. Maybe this video blows up, and it will. Okay, open your hood. And the camera will be a bit better in a bit. We'll put the hood up. So, there you go. Here's our engine. So, as you can see, right here's the engine. Under this plastic cover is where the spark plugs are. Pretty much just take the cover off, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. So, let's get to it. Tool number one you're going to need, socket wrench set. That down here. Tool number two that you're going to need, spark plug socket. For Hondas, they typically use a 5/8 spark plug socket. It won't focus, but that says 5/8 right there. I'm going to grab a 10mm bolts, because these are bolted down with 10mm screws. Sorry if the camera's a bit shaky. You have a really shitty harness for my phone. And we're just going to go and loosen that jaw. So instead of going right, we are going to go left. Now, fortunately, I've checked the spark plugs in the engine, which is how I know they need to be replaced. So these are already pretty loose. I made sure to keep all of them fairly loose, so I should be able to just hand loosen each and every one. Yes, sir. So, for Honda K24 engines, you have two bolts like these. So two bolts, and then you have two what are called captured bolts. So these are actually attached to this plastic cover, not supposed to come out on their own like those other two ones. So basically you just loosen them until you can pull up the whole cover. So if I go to pull up the cover right now, you'll notice it won't come up. That means I haven't loosened them enough. See, okay. All right. Okay, that side's out. Okay, boom. See, captured. Part of the thing. The plastic cover. So now, what we have here are 4 ignition coils. For this engine, the 2 that weren't captured bolts have normal bolts in them. So if we go and lean right over here, you notice you see that bolt right there? But it's not there, it's here. Very weird, right? So I did not tighten that enough. Okay. This one out. Okay. For this, once you've unbolted, the ignition coil is what this is. Just pull it like that. Plastic little thing, push against it, and then you just pull, boom. The ignition coil is detached. And so this is, you have to put them back in the correct order, I believe. Or maybe you don't, but you should anyway, just because I'm making that rule up right now. Now, go back to the new ones, the new spark plugs. So when you install new spark plugs, you're supposed to make sure that they are gapped properly, because they have a very strict tolerance depending on the engine. And so you want to make sure that, you know, you put in the right stuff in your engine, because these kind of, whoops, almost dropped it, which is bad. These are fragile, by the way. So yeah, you want to make sure that you're handling these with care. I'm not going to take this out quite yet. Okay. So here's my little Frankenstein extension. You're going to need a ratchet extension because this is going quite a ways inside the engine. And this one's definitely too long. Well, it's not too long, but you know, it could be shorter. And yeah, like so. You just turn this way until you feel it drop in, and now I can feel that it's kind of bolted on. So then we just loosen like this. And repeat. Then once you can hand loosen it, you want to hand loosen it because the ratchet's going to take forever. And then you just kind of want to shimmy it up and down like that until the spark plug comes out. Now, I was driving the car like 30 minutes ago. So yeah, this is still warm. Depending on your engine, it might be quite hot. Now, this is not actually the worst spark plug I've ever seen, but let's just compare the new one. Okay, comes with a nice, neat little plastic shell. Okay, new versus old. Can you tell the difference? I sure can't. So, yes, what we were gonna have to do is just take the old one out. Make sure it's about the same gap. Looks physically identical. There is actually a tool that I have for this. Yeah, that's 44. So gotta make sure it's the same gap. This is the old one. Old one was rounded off a bit, so it should have more resistance with the new one. Okay, that's not the same gap. What am I doing here? Okay, well, it is now. I'm just assuming this is gonna work. Yeah, okay. Now that we've hand tightened. Now, the proper way to fully tighten a new spark plug is to have a torque wrench, so not this, and then tighten it down to the amount of force that your owner's manual for the car says. If you can't find your owner's manual, just use Google. So if you have a torque wrench, do that. However, the problem is that I do not have a torque wrench. So instead, what we're gonna be doing is that we're just gonna do it till it feels just about right. And the way I'm actually doing this is my mom's Honda Elements owner's manual says to tighten it about 2/3 of a turn if you don't have a torque wrench. And so that's what I will do. So I will go like this, attached, tighten, 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 tighten. Okay, that feels very, oops. And that's about 2/3. The problem with doing this, the spark plug socket, they don't like to come out. Wiggle it up. There we go. Now, just to make sure I didn't fuck it up, I'm gonna put the ignition coil back. Okay, it's manual, so we're gonna make sure that it's in gear. And clutch in, and let's try it. Okay, she starts. Perfect. Now we're gonna do that for all of the cylinders. The problem, I'm just being stupid, because that was 100% not where that was supposed to go at all. And then I believe this is tightened, so, well, we don't actually need it for this. We just speed run that, because this is way faster way to hand tighten. Okay, boom, tension, apply. Just gonna give her a tiny bit. There we go. Do not need these to be tight. Do not over tighten them because you will break the bolt. Ask me how I know. Our little thing. On loosen and get in the cylinder. Thank you very much. In the cylinder, please. Thank you. Boom. Loosen. Holy crap. I really did not put that much tension on this. Actually, I think I did that because I was expecting to replace the spark plug soon, so that's why I did that, which is fair. Good play, me. And are we on to, no, we're not on tighten. Put on tighten. There we go. And what oh, also quick note. If you're already midway through following the tutorial, I'm sorry for warning. Do not use an impact gun. I repeat, do not use an impact gun for any of this. The only stage where you might acceptably be able to use an impact gun is when you are taking the spark plug out. And even then, you don't want to do that. The last thing you want to do is fuck up the threads on this. I hope this inspires like one of you guys to get a car and work on it, because it is really fun. I know this looks boring, but honestly, in my opinion, I find maintenance, just making something nice and awesome again, it's one of the best parts, in my humble opinion, of just doing anything, to be completely honest. I love maintaining stuff. Okay, right, I did not tighten these, like, at all. I keep forgetting that. And tighten. Okay, and just wiggle it out, like so, and then do it again. There we go. I'm gonna do what broke the bolts. This shows you how smart I am that I'm making this in a kit. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. I heard a crack. That's not good. And that's tight. Boom. Now we will test. Let me lift my seat up a bit so you guys can see those gauges. Holy shit, my seat was actually really low. Okay. Because it's a manual. Clutch in. Yeah, she sounds happy. I'm gonna put her in neutral. Just let her warm up a bit. And she does sound happier. I unfortunately didn't record before audio, so you guys are just gonna have to trust me on that. I will record me hitting the soft limiter with the spark plugs, just so you can kind of hear it though. She's mostly warmed up. Let's hit that soft limiter. That sounds a lot happier. Sounds a lot happier. I think she likes it. Clutch in, off. First gear, because we're parking. Clutch out. Boom. Professional manual driver. 30 years of experience. I didn't even drive the car and I'm that good. So yeah, that is how you replace the spark plugs on your car, specifically a 2004 Honda Accord, but those steps should work with pretty much any vehicle. If you have a different manufacturer, might want to use a different tutorial, but this will work just fine for any Honda. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.